This is the hard truth. Today I'm going to speak about the situation regarding paedophiles and the powerful. Now, this is a subject that is incredibly hushed up, and you seldom hear much about it. You don't hear anything on the mainstream news. Investigations into powerful people who've been alleged to have been involved in paedophilia are quickly shut down, buried. The people disappear, they vanish, they die. Trials are held in silence. There's no public trials. You don't hear anything about it. The Ghislaine Maxwell situation is a prime example. What's going on? No reports, nothing. Here is a person that, with Jeffrey Epstein, can name every single powerful person that went to Epstein Island. Where is this information? There are things out on the internet based on the flight logs that mention certain names, but that means nothing, really. So somebody's flown to his island. You know, the testimony of Ghislaine Maxwell is a different thing altogether. Now, is this information being suppressed? Is there an ongoing investigation behind the scenes? We'll have to see. But certainly in the past, it's all been buried, the whole thing. You know, King Cora house, huge paedophilia ring, thousands of Catholic priests found to be paedophiles since the 1950s. Elijah Wood said a few years ago that paedophilia was absolutely rife in Hollywood, and fortunately he was protected by his mother in such situations. Corey Feldman has come out and been on numerous shows and everything, but even that's very, very hush-hush. You had all the situation, obviously, with Michael Jackson and Neverland, and 100,000 children, obviously, every year go missing in America. There's been, obviously, the influx of illegal aliens allowed in through the border. In the US, they reckon there's 100,000 children unaccounted for, under the control of cartels roaming around the United States now, which is a similar figure to the amount of children that go missing every year from America. And I don't mean missing temporarily, I mean off the face of the earth. The Ukraine, for many years, has been a cesspit in terms of paedophilia. Ukrainian contingents in various countries have invariably been involved in paedophilia rings and prostitution, and so this seems to be par for the course. You had the situation with Pizzagate, which was highlighted, where Clinton and Hillary Clinton, Obama and co apparently were up to no good there. But again, that's all been hushed up. It's all called fake news and, you know, fact checked by faceless, nameless people who, where's the facts? How are they proving to me that isn't the case? Apparently, young children killed at a precise point allow what's called adrenochrome to be taken, which is apparently a powerful stimulant for these rich sickos who obviously have so bored of everything else they've tried, just descend into the pits of madness in terms of what they'll do and what they'll get up to. And obviously the most forbidden fruit of all is young kids. I mean, there are various films out at the moment, but you can't get to see them. You know, again, even they seem to be hushed up. exposing paedophilia. One's called Guardians of the Paedophiles. Another one's called The Sound of Freedom with Jim Caviezel. You can't see them. They're not on Netflix or any of the boxes to watch or any of the services, or you can't find these films because the people that control the media are in hand and glove with the evil you-know-what that are perpetrating paedophilia, that are allowing borders to be open, allowing children to be trafficked, allowing snuff movies, using children to frame politicians, film a judge with a child and hold it over his head for the rest of his life. He has to do what he's told. So this is a CIA tactic that's been used frequently. So the children have been used in so many ways. And then you get into the Satanist aspect, where kids are sacrificed. And there was talk of this on Epstein Island. What we've heard about Epstein Island has been a highly sanitised version. A few underage girls doing massages. Well, apparently there was an awful lot more than that going on there. You know, a lot of these, again, rich and powerful maniacs are Satanists. And that goes hand in glove with child abuse, child sacrifice. This has been going on for 50 years. And I'm talking about recent times, probably a lot longer than that. But this is horrific. You know, Trump, when he came into power, put an executive order in, come down heavy on child trafficking. Nobody else seemed to bother before. This is why he strengthened the borders. There is talk that underground systems used for trafficking kids all over the place, all around the world, have been closed down and shut down. No confirmation of that. This is just a rumour. We can only hope that the huge problem that's paedophilia, child abuse and child torture and murder under the guise of satanic practice, we can only hope this is being squashed and jumped on and cut down and the people brought to justice.